Good evening, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well today. Looks like we had a pretty massive gap and go today on the E-mini. You could see the cash close yesterday was 38.05, and we open here. As you can see, I've got this labeled gap. There's the top of the gap. We opened 53 points or so higher, and this thing has just run to the upside today, defying all the short-term bears. So I think that is it's noteworthy today. Actually, most of my day today has been spent moving from AMP billing of my Denali, my CME exchange fees, and my package. Well, I think now it's package 12, but what was package 5 with AMP, moving that all over to direct billing with Sierra Chart. So, as you know, or may know, all of that does not happen at rabbit pace. It tends to happen at snail pace. So that is what I've been working on mainly today. Yeah, set up interactive brokers to trade through Sierra Chart. Works like a champ. Looks really good. What is interesting is that some of the one of the candlesticks doesn't match up. But I don't know. Yeah, I was having some data connection issues at the time, and I reloaded and have to re-download all the historical data, and then we'll see if it matches. But other charting platforms have it the same as interactive brokers, and Sierra Chart has it wrong. So I don't know. Sierra Chart's using my interactive brokers data feed. So that may be the issue. It probably is the issue. So I think I'm going to subscribe to just the Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, and I think it comes with one more exchange. I can't remember which one it is. Might just be NYSE Nasdaq. Live Sierra Chart stream, so that the data is better in real time. But yeah, it's nice using Sierra Chart. Definitely good for improving like the time and sales. And Sierra Chart is just I've got all my little settings there that I can really see order flow a little bit better in Sierra Chart. So, and I'm looking forward to Sierra Chart coming out with level 2 Nasdaq, which I think they were saying they're hoping for April. I don't know. We'll see. Sierra Chart's working on their direct CME routing too, so I'll switch over. Once that comes out, I'll switch over. But yeah, anyway, still working on things with my Sierra Chart account. Trying to get it all switched over. And having settings in my Sierra Chart account that are wrong, that are, generating payments and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just working through it. So, it's not like you're chatting with Sierra Chart. It's not like you're chatting with somebody live in real time. It's like you create an account support ticket and then you just have to wait. So even though I have data here and everything like that, I haven't really traded from my futures account today with AMP. I've been trading using interactive brokers and just trading some futures from there, and using Sierra for charting today, and that works for me. It's fine. And then trying to make sure that interactive brokers is being set up. You can you can connect your interactive broker's account through Sierra Chart as long as you have your Sierra Chart license. You know, when you do it through AMP, and then you get a special deal, right? Which all of that is going away pretty soon here. You can look at Sierra Chart, Sierra Charts apostrophe s support board for that. For the actual dates, they're moving a little bit. No new accounts for AMP to be billed through AMP after I think I want to say the third or fourth or the fifth, something like that. But then they're going to move all the other accounts, and they're working on the date. It might be the end of March, might be earlier. Who knows? Gotta kind of follow Sierra Charts board support board postings. But anyway, they're trying to migrate everybody over, and that's a good thing because then you can do things like trade your interactive broker's account, which with like I was starting to mention earlier, with an AMP controlled Sierra Chart, I guess, account. Meaning that they're the ones who set your service package and all of that, and they're the affiliate, right? You cannot trade your interactive broker account with that. So as soon as I got rid of all that this morning, I was able to link it up and start messing around with what is my third installation of Sierra Chart for interactive broker, and getting all the settings right, and thinking about the commissions and all of that. You're not going to get a perfect one-to-one commission setting in in Sierra Chart, especially if you trade lot sizes that aren't 10 or 100, right? And then don't account for that. So setting a commission, but then thinking about, okay, what works best, what kind of gets me close, and then, okay, do I really need it? If it's $1 per 100 shares on an interactive brokers, does it really matter? Probably not. So then, okay, well, maybe just better to leave that off. Things like that, right? So anyway, I've got my crypto installation of Sierra Chart. I've got my interactive broker installation of Sierra Chart, and then I've got my my futures installation of interactive or of Sierra Chart. So just working that on that all day today, most of the morning. I wouldn't exactly call it fun, but just got to be patient. So I'm kind of like already treating the day like it's lost for all of that. Except I did target the 07s, which I made a nice trade on interactive brokers with futures. So as soon as I saw we were in a trending kind of day situation, I said, "Oh, that's my target," and lucky to get it. So now we're just chopping around up here, a little bit of range in the 06, 07, 08s, looks like, with the short-term incompleted auction at 08. So I don't know, maybe everybody's still shorting, and the algos know that, and they're like, well, we can get some more points here. We could squeeze these folks. That's what it looks like, huh? Looks like a little bit of squeezing. Yep. There we go. Some more stops. Oh, yeah, they're still going for it. This is going to be undoubtedly an uncomfortable day for a lot of traders, right? Because you get that big gap, and then it just goes. And traders are like, what the hell's going on here? Well, it's called 200,000 contracts into the close on Friday. There were buyers there. You got to remember, for everybody selling, there's buyers too. And buyers tend to have stronger hands in an inflation-rich environment. So, there you go. Let's go. I've been Hey, Patrick, I'm just looking at the comment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Forex it happens a little more. But it's a Forex is a different kind of a different system unless you're getting data from like an aggregated source. It just depends where you're getting the data from. With Sierra Chart and Interactive Brokers, the data feeds for that Interactive Brokers use is really, really bad, and so and it's generally bad. Even in it's I notice it's slow in Interactive Brokers. Like my eyes can catch it easily. So when you're getting little I don't know, packets that are missed or delays or whatever, and then Sierra Chart is printing the candle. Um, it's going to be missing a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see if it if it changes. I've marked it up on the chart because I'm curious how it's going to be treated moving forward. But yeah, it was in Sierra Chart. It was the only really shitty looking candle. The rest of them were all fine. And again, and that was happening at a time where I was messing with some data settings. So that might have been it. It can be a big deal only because the candle structure um, for what was wrong in Sierra Chart was missing the double bottom on something I was trading. So that is a big deal. So it was about 40 to 50 cents of price movement on something that was fairly volatile. So yeah, just a whole thing. So anyway, now I'm just chilling, hanging out with everybody else out there, or all of you guys. It wasn't CME. It was a stock. Again, I'm only trading stocks through my third installation uh, of Sierra Chart. Um, that's connected to Interactive Brokers. I won't trade futures through Sierra Chart, right? So I have three installations of Sierra Chart, and each installation does its kind of own thing. One does crypto, so all the settings for like the tick data, the volume profiles are set to aggregate according to the feed that they're using. So like Binance aggregates the data with like 6 decimal places, which can really mess up your volume profile and your CPU's ability to even process it because it's so much data. Think about all the ticks that are coming in. If it's your volume profile is set to like aggregate at tick and they're doing 6 decimal places, it bogs it all down. So that has its own kind of setting and just its own installation of Sierra Chart, right? And that uses like what is it? SC all data services or something like that for the data feed setting in Sierra Chart. And then I have one for Interactive Brokers, and that uses connect to Interactive Brokers data feed. And I won't trade futures with that. I'll just trade it directly through Interactive Brokers. But I was setting that up today just because I was doing the whole switch with controlling my license directly with Sierra Chart. And that way I can switch brokers if I want, and I'm just paying for Sierra Chart directly. Um, if AMP pisses me off or something, I'll just say like, okay, see you guys later. I'll go, I'll use my Sierra Chart with all the settings with another broker, right? So it just gives you flexibility. And then of course, if you want to do things like the IB, you have that. So yeah, the whole it's not a CME feed with Interactive Brokers. Although on my IB software it lags, and I'm pretty familiar with Interactive Brokers, like setting the account or the memory and all kinds of stuff, and I keep it pretty light. Like it's just Trader Workstation is just for me, it's been a little bit buggy software. So, I've gone from like beta using only the beta versions and then to like stable versions, and it's just been a whole thing. It's not terrible. It's just at times it's horrible. I can usually fix it pretty fast, but and again, it's not every day. It's just, especially like when there's volatility, it just can't keep up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would definitely, if you're using Sierra Chart, I would definitely pay for it directly with Sierra Chart. But yeah. So, and FYI, I don't you don't have to change your username for, like, let's say you're trading futures. Like for me right now, I've got AMP is my broker, CQG is my routing, right? That's They take care of taking my orders and sending them to the CME, right? And then position reporting and all of that. But my data, right? Which is all the tick data and the order depth and just all of the exchange data, recording all of that, I buy through Sierra Chart Denali. Okay, so um, the CQ, I don't even remember what I was going to be talking about. Jeez. Anyway, the CQG is taken care of by AMP, and then it's the Denali, and then the paying for package whatever you have. Um, and then like the CME exchange fees, I just pay Sierra Chart and they'll take care of all of that. But like the like CQG charges 10 cents per side for routing, right? That's normal. So I have that deducted from my AMP trading account. Um, you know, after settlement every day, essentially. And that'll come out of through AMP still. So keep everything really simple. But all the monthly stuff will just, you know, pay Sierra Chart $500 or $600, and then you don't have to worry about it for a while. Depending on how much you're subscribed to. Who knows? Maybe that's your monthly subscription if you're subscribing to everything under the sun. Data is expensive, or good data is expensive. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Man, I need some water. So notice, I am not talking about getting short. If you want to scalp, great. Do whatever you want, ultimately. But I'm talking about where to take profit today, not where to get short. the uh, the risk was getting short today, not where you take profit for your long. That is not how this day is supposed to be traded. Oh, I think I'm gonna stand it. I'm gonna step in front of this train today. We got all kinds of momentum, but shit, I like shorting highs. Well, you don't know how far it's gonna go, so we filled singles, and that's good enough for me for taking profit. So just FYI. I get all the noobs asking me on a day like today, hey, where would you go short? Most of them I just ignore them because I'm not a signal service. But if I do talk to you, I'm probably going to be telling you, yeah, I'm not going short on a day like today until there's a weakness already, some sort of structural break or something. Don't, what did one trader tell me before, early last year? Don't piss in the wind. Yeah, don't piss in the wind. So I may abruptly get off because if Sierra Chart fixes something on my account or whatever. I've got questions into AMP. I want to make sure they don't mess up my billing. Take all the necessary time to handle it right when you're making all the changes, right? And I'll tell you, those guys sometimes, it's like they don't even read my question. Man, I spent so much time trying to make it super clear, and they're like, they give me a copy paste from a generic question that includes the information that I specified in my question, and they just don't even catch it. It's like, okay, I know you know how to read and write, but they're maybe they're overburdened, or some of them just don't have good reading comprehension. So it's like, oh boy, they're just trying to get everybody off the queue, right? The wait list or whatever. It can be a little bit frustrating, but I didn't snap at anybody today, so that's I'm doing well. Jeez. Hmm. Look at all those VPOCs up there. These are regular trading hours, virgin or untested points of control. So, market took a dip, right? And then never retested them. So we'll see. Might chop around before we go and kiss them or puncture them or whatever. But there's one, two, three of them. You can see there's some below too. Again, this chart goes back, what, 10 days only, I think? Oh, 30 days. Well, no wonder it's taking so long. Oh, we should do 10 days. It was taking too long earlier. It's like, what? I thought the last setting I had put in there, or last number of days was 10. Hmm. Uh, I actually am concerned about that a little bit today. Because the book is fairly thick, right? So I don't know. It looks like it could be short covering, but again, not looking to step in front of it. Lots of headline news, like we're probably in the U.S. going to get that whole I don't know, COVID bill passed, right? And a lot of this volatility was kind of around some of that. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's just, this is a, this is a little bit of an accumulative pattern, is what I see. So we're essentially, we're making a Bart Simpson pattern here, right? Come off, down, up and down and up and down, shake everybody out, and then higher lows, and then straight up. So I don't know. I wouldn't be stepping in front here, but could this be the top? Sure. I think 39.26, 27 is probably more of a better short play, depending on the sort of the news, sort of the macro events going on when we get here, and how we get there. So where we're at right now, right, just above essentially the major breakdown point at 39.04.05, you're gonna have some folks who are like, okay, I might have been holding on SPY and a lot of my stocks before this dip happened, and I think I'll turn around and de-risk here, right? Maybe not get rid of your whole position, but this might have scared the shit out of you, along with all the headlines that have been going on in bonds and everything else. So a pullback even to 3,900 wouldn't shock me, right? But again, on a day like today, I'm not stepping in front right now. I'm just not. We'll see if the tide starts to shift, then, and I say tide, I mean like trend. If trend starts to change, right, where we get a move like this and then we make a lower high and then we keep going, okay, and then we bust through all of this, well, then I'll start to look at the short side again. But I'm not looking to fight for an entry short in this area. Today is one of those let's be reactive to the market kind of days rather than fighting for price, as I kind of say it often. I'm not going to fight for price here and look to get short. That's just not me. So, yeah, Christopher, it's I don't know. That's my thoughts. I wish I had a clearer picture of the market today, but unfortunately, that's what it is. So, oh, I got all kinds of emails here. So I'm going to turn my mic off because they're probably from Sierra Chart and AMP and all kinds of stuff. So. Cool. Yep. Looks like AMP took care of it. See, so when I made those changes with AMP, right, and just told them I'm wanting to control everything, I had to go into my Sierra Chart account. I figure some people might find this useful. And remove the AMP affiliation, so they didn't have access to my Sierra Chart account anymore. And then I changed my password, and then I noticed, hey, all of a sudden I'm able to connect interactive brokers, so it shows up in the global, let's see, global settings, data, trade service settings, right? Well, I don't want to show all that, do I? It's all right. You didn't see my password, but like the current service selected, right? And then interactive brokers. It says like trading, right, in brackets. So before it used to say package disabled or something to that effect. So anyway, when I got that all disabled with AMP, the Sierra chart setting for my account says that I'm with TT Fix, which is the setting that I was, or the routing that I had with Trading Technologies Fix routing. That was the routing I had prior to switching to CQG only routing only. So now I've got to get my Sierra chart account set up. But they have to do that, so I'm waiting on that. And then I turn around, then I add funds. But I'm not going to add funds before it's all set up correctly. Because, start doing things out of order. I don't know. They have your money, or, yeah, just the whole thing. So at this point, a lot of people like to put a trend line on like this. And the question is that valid? Is that how you draw a rising wedge? Is that accurate? At this point, because we haven't really broken this short-term trend, I guess this little channel, you could see we're in a little channel. Once we break this, then this upper trend line it's a valid way to draw it, because now you're getting oscillations, right? So here's my point. You get a move like this, then you get a move like, say, like, I don't know, like that. Then you get a move like this, but the move essentially is just doing this, right? Sometimes it's easier when you just look at lines, right? You want to be careful about drawing your trend. No, see, this is too far extended. It's an inaccurate drawing. Okay, we'll go like that, okay? You want to be careful about drawing. So this trend line's fine, but you want to be careful about completing this trend line like this before you get a pullback like, essentially, like this or something, right? Because this is kind of one big trend right now, right? It's starting to turn into that pattern, right? From here to here. I'll draw a trend line up. You see how it's starting to break it? So that tells you that this, I guess this, the channel that price has been in, which has been pretty vertical from this pullback, is starting to turn into a pivot area, right? And then of course you got rule of three going on here. So you want to be careful. It might be a little, this is a little muddy, I know. A little too much going on here. Essentially, you want to be really careful about drawing this trend line early. Like, let's say all this price action, I'll highlight it, was not there in the yellow box. You don't want to be drawing a trend line here yet, right? Because it's still in this trend, right? When it breaks this trend here, like it is now, it's starting to kind of go sideways and roll over. Okay, now it's a valid time to, oops, I can't select it because it's in that box. Now it's a valid time to draw this. There might have been a much more concise way to state that, but I'm trying to explain it in the best way I know how. Actually, one of my favorite short setups is when you kind of come down here and then you punch. So we come back and then we punch through this like this. About like that. And then after, let's say these are 5-minute candles, it punches through and you see stops or breakout traders just getting, you're either getting hammered on the short side, and then longs are just market buying, they're just going bonkers, right? Getting really shitty trade location. And it's kind of nice because this is a VPOC here, right? And then this next candle just starts to reject, and then it comes into this body and keeps going. You could short here, or you could sometimes get a, if you can read the price action correctly and you know kind of the nature of the beast that you're playing, depends on what you're playing. and how familiar you are with how it moves, right? But if you can see that, like, oh, stops are getting hit, breakout traders going bonkers, but it's being absorbed on volume here, right? And then it just starts to pull. You could sometimes fight for price here, put your stop right above it, and then you got really good trade entry. And then if it comes back here, you could take off here, you could take off here, and then you could hold the rest for like a move. Sometimes you get like just a wicked reversal. You know, usually I think the measured move is somewhere in here for um, rising wedge, I guess. So anyway, that is actually one of my favorite short setups. But a few things you have to know here. So it's not something you just take today. If this is the first time you're hearing about it, you want to be educating yourself like, okay, how does price typically move when it gets to here? So anyway, got some rule of three. I'd anticipate us, getting into this area. So let's go hit the bid on this sim account here. Let's move this over a bit. So maybe the 20 SMA or so. Did I get filled for all of it? Nope. Oh, I guess I can't do that. Let's see. Where's the 20 at? 0450. It's actually 0425. And it'll probably puncture it because stops are under 0350. There you go. So, I don't know. Let's see if it chops these stops up a little bit. We're getting, let's see, March, low volume here. I need to look at the, what is it? Just the next contract. See what kind of volume's occurring on that. Jeez, all this stuff is on the wrong screen. All right, time for some music here. I spun up this copyright free music channel and I still got blocked in Iran, Cuba, North Korea, and I don't remember the fourth country for copyright issues. And this was quote unquote copyright free music. So that's interesting. You know what it actually makes me think is that, well, I might be talking out of my ass. But what struck me is some of these countries are economically uh, not in good situations. They may actually have a bot that goes around and claims copyright, and then um, if you don't try to resolve it with Google, Google might just what they typically do is they give the ad revenue to those people who claim copyright if you don't, I forgot the word, but if you don't fight it. So it might be their way of, they might just hit everybody. They might have an algo that looks at all the copyright free music and then and then they turn around and, just shoot off copyright claims. And then, again, if you don't fight it, hey, pennies, hundreds of millions of pennies add up. Again, I'm not monetized on YouTube, so, not getting anything from me, but I don't know. All these YouTube creators out there that are monetized, that are maybe not caring about that, because they're like, well, shit, I only make like $5 a month on YouTube anyway. I won't start caring about it until I hit 50,000 subscribers or something like that. Hey, it might just add up, especially if these guys are all getting the monetization. Anyway, tinfoil hat off, I guess. Let's see. What do the deltas look like? Big negative delta at 39.10. Right, we could see it here, but you could see it on the depth of market here, the current traded bid volume and current traded ask volume. And this is accumulated since I turned Sierra chart on, which has not been that long. Recently again. So it resets it. So about 700 or 800 imbalance here. And fairly even. Again, more selling imbalance to the tune of 800 or 900 contracts. Same with this. And yet the deltas. Yeah, it's interesting. Deltas definitely reflect that. Anyway, let's look in this area. Yeah, I like the stops here. It's like pretty tight risk. You've got 20, so this is previous structure here. So on days like today, you often get bounces above structure. It's like 3,900. So let's do this. Let's go like right there. Something like that. So, and then this would be really sweet rule of 3 action here. Oh, another email. Again, some of the guys at AMP are really good, but sometimes you get some that are just like really horrible. And they've been consistent. I won't mention names. Like some of those really horrible ones have been consistently horrible for the amount of time I've spent at AMP. I've gotten them a few times with questions, and they never know anything. Da 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 da. All right. 20 SMA, a little below. Guess what? We get a de-risk right there. All right. On it. Where's the liquidity? Come on, don't bounce too much. All right, let's move this to break even. We're gonna get the. We gonna get the bounce, or are we just gonna rip through right now? Let's see what the algos are doing. Trend line's not accurate because this is pointed figure, so just oh, still building. Building. Let's see if we get expansion. Building. Building. Look at these assholes. Look at these assholes trying to front run me. On a sim, no less. Alright, there you go. Not a ton of interest yet. And if each of you guys listening trade 2 contracts, that's 20 contracts at a level. Hey, could turn out to be significant. The algos sense it. They put bids on top of yours, get a few extra ticks out because you slide your orders to get your fill because you're impatient. You want to hit it the first time it comes down. And then some of you rot guys are like, hey, isn't there the case where it comes and it bounces and then it comes back up? That's right. It does do that sometimes. Whoop, there it is. Look at the algos. Pooling, 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 pooling. Alright, let's see if they go hit the bid now. Fill it back in. Alright, 3-point rotation. There it is. Here comes the new bar. Here's what's funny. Sometimes you get a close maybe here on this bar. Oh, nope, just closed underneath the 20. And then you get a wick, and then it slowly sells into this wick here. It just like super, there you go, that's nice. Shorts are getting squeezed here. I don't even want to get stopped out on this because I'm fairly confident. Let's see. Yeah, this is nice. So maybe oh wait, it's all right. We'll stop out some. Oh, do I have this thing set on 6 still? Jeez. This is what happens when you're looking at your email every 2 minutes, responding. And then if this thing comes back, the longs just they freak out. We'll see. Did I get the trend line right here? I think so. Yeah, it's close enough. Let's go look at that. See the volume node here? Right there, 1,220 contracts. So someone's going to be wrong short term. Who's it going to be? Yeah, this is too tight for this kind of move. I'm throwing risk to the wind here. I would do as I say with risk, not as I do on a sim. This is just about, oh, I think I'm going to be right eventually here. Let's see. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I was up earlier than normal, trying to handle my Sierra chart billing migration stuff. Still took a while. And it's still not done. Oh well. Let's go take a look. Imagine how busy a lot of these guys are right now at Sierra Chart and AMP and trying to handle this whole migration. People are confused about order routing and data and what's included, and oh gosh. Yep. It's a and AMP never sent out emails ahead of time for a lot of people. Nothing. Sierra Chart had let everybody know about this weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Come on, no fills? EP4. That's what I like about Sierra Chart on a sim. It tells you your expected place. It still calculates where you are in the queue. So 63 contracts hit the ask here. That sucks not to get a fill. Jeez. Anyway. It's going to be 74 degrees today here in where I'm at in California. So I'm looking forward to getting out and taking my 3-year-old to the park today. And well, mainly blue skies. A few wispy clouds. Spring is upon us here. Let's see. Exchanges. Da, 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 da. So look at me pissing into the wind here on a sim. Let's see. Support board. It's alright. Yeah, that's one of the one of the things with new users of Sierra Chart is that what users typically do is they do the trial period, and that has its own symbols, right, for the Sierra Chart data feed, right? So you're not set up for routing or anything like that, and then users migrate over to their actual trading service, and then all your old routing symbols or all your old data symbols are in there, but you're connected to your new service, right? But no one really tells you, hey, you should go into file. I think it's in file. No, maybe. Where is it? Edit. Translate symbols to current service. Because your routing is what really determines what your symbol should be. So you do that, and then boop, everything works. So when I first started using Sierra charts, I remember that frustrated me for like hours. I was like, and all the AMP guys didn't know what they were doing either, so they didn't know to tell me that. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? They're like, everyone's like, oh, it's all set up, it's ready to go, Mr. G. And I'm like, son of a gun. you guys probably didn't set it up right. I'm thinking inside. So then I start searching for stuff, and then I eventually figure it out myself. Just Googling and reading tons of Sierra chart support board posts, and then I was like, let me try this. Translate symbols. Boom. Everything worked. So if you're new to Sierra chart and you're having issues, or you're like still on a, you're still just on your trial, that is something you will have to do. It'd be cool if they, it's like, oh, this is the first time you're setting up your Sierra chart with the routing. Do this. I guarantee you their support board would lower by like 15%. Because there's so many, nothing works posts on their board. Spend the time. If it takes them 20 minutes to integrate that into the software, it's worth it. Not to spend hundreds of hours in the future. Anyway. All right. Whoop, there it is. Trend line once again. Now if we come down into this wick, you're going to get longs capitulating. That's what ends up happening. As they start to freak out. Oh my god, I'm in 2 points of profit. Cover 0675, 0475. The trend line held once, so I should buy again. All right, go ahead. Let's see. And more absorption, right? You see that? Here to here. Absorb. Short-term absorb. Short-term absorb or buy. I don't know. And then won't rally beyond what it just went to short-term. And then or we're in a trend day up and it just rips to the upside. But anyway, there's my short bias here taking hold of how I'm interpreting the footprint. What does Adam Grimes say? Art and science of technical analysis. What does Dalton say? It's a little bit of an art. Yeah, well, it's not just all. Sorry, looking at the price action. It's not just all. What's the way to describe it here? It's not all just objective math here. Sometimes it is, but in this situation, with this situation, it can be a little tricky. Alright, maybe I go get those fills. Right here at 9, 10. Yeah, I like it. I like it. What time is it? 12:30? M period? Let's go shred it. We got singles to the top of I period. Pop it like it's hot. Where are my stops? Top of L? Yep. Let's see if we go fill those singles. Lots of singles down there too. Yep. Long starting to kind of capitulate here. See that? Hasn't really broken range yet. So we're outside the trend line. Let's see how it acts. Chop, chop, chop. Short term, short term, they might be able to create a nice position in this area just from breakout traders. So they may want to, if the volume's low, and it is, they may want to rip it up and down here, just creating a bigger position before they sell. And if you're long from down here and you're the same group of people and you're selling here, why not let it come back up? Why not? You get a better entry for your profit orders. But that is one hell of a gap, isn't it? Jeez. Someone asked me, some lad asked me, does this look trappy to you? He asked me on Friday. And I didn't really answer him. I just said, hey, people are concerned about X, Y, and Z. And I was still forming my opinion, so I didn't want to give him a definite opinion on it. But when I saw this price action last night, I said, yeah, it's pretty trappy. I think I shorted on a sim here, and then I got off the sim and traded my real account. I realized it was going to roll over, so I did short and made a few points here. And then I went to bed, and then all this happened. So, missed a lot. But that lad was probably kind of spot on. It's a little trappy, isn't it? Good instincts. Good instincts, lad. Hey, Daniel. All right, let's see. Profit order filled. Here, we'll just... Man, where's the profit? Let's see. Where's it take? Where's the stop? Oh, there it is. Let's see if we can puncture that 3,900 and get some stops here. Oh, I'm on quantity 6 again. Are you kidding me? That's 2. Right. I'm in the stop zone. Okay, right here. That's where I want to be. Looking here. 98s. Another. Oops. Hmm. Look at M doing its job. Go get them singles. Let's see if we can get a fill into the 98s. 20 minutes until the close. Oh, really? Filled. See the singles went away right there? It was labeled. Time to go get some fills on interactive brokers. Let's do it. Should have held my short longer. That's okay. All right, now where is everybody nervous? Right at singles. So 99.50. All right, let's make a little line there. Oh, I don't like it when I do that. Let's see. Let's get rid of this first. 99.50. All right, slice through it like nobody's business. So scary. So scary to buy into something like this. Because it could just into the close. And look at those deltas. Oh boy. Also, though, shorts went out. You could see it on the book. On the depth of market, you could see it. Oh, we'll see. We'll see who wins and who loses here. Short term. .96 is a I lose. And even then it might come in and then but you know. Why I like the stop there is because, you know, you got a little bit of the bodies here. And so you have a lot of shorts trapped here still. So we'll see. We'll go here, here, here. So you got shorts trapped in both areas, right? Double top zone here where it consolidated and broke out. And then you have shorts trapped here too, right? You see the volume ledge? So we'll see. Might be, let's see, these are 5-minute bars, 17 minutes left. Might get something like this. Who knows? $18. EP4 now. Man, you bastards. There it is. EP2, EP1. Barely hitting it at O2. Barely tapping it. Look at that. Oh, 175 stepping in. Right there. It's alright. Little stops right above this wick. There they are. They were hit just now. See that? And the algo and traders step right in. So I gotta sell this. That might have been one of those. Hit X level and then create a stop limit order. So stop limit if touched. It's okay. I'll be a buyer on these lows here. Look at the volume hitting the bid. There it is. Did I not even get a single fill there? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, you bastards. Look at that. I was at 97.25. Man. So, FYI, if you're trying to move from your service package and your data and all of that from AMP to Sierra chart, I started my process, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours ago, at least 7 hours ago. Still not done. So so be patient if you're working on it. It's not like the retail brokerage, trading accounts where everything's all automated. This is someone's got to go actually set up your routing and, a little more complicated with futures. Was that the entry right there at 97.50 and that's it? Right, there's the volume node. And then there's all those negative deltas. So let's see. 13 minutes until the close. Might be it. We'll see. I mean, shit, if you're gonna go, there's gonna be liquidity right there under J. Then a bunch of negative deltas underneath, so you have all these. Man, if you could push it here, and positive deltas are capitulators, then why not buy here? 96.50 down to 95.50. Let's do that. But if we're biased and we think it's ripping higher, which we only have 11 minutes left in the cash session here, then maybe we want to get in now. Now, let's go for that. I think it's more likely that we go down. And then if we get the stops, then oh well. Oh, you know what? I really don't care if this gets blocked today. This is a little more ranty today, isn't it? Eat it. Eat it up. Let's go. I love seeing this action at the close. This is beautiful. Node up here. If we rip this, stops are gone. 99.75. But that's the question. Can we get over this hump? '92s. And then 0225s. Well, that's not the chart I want. Alright, here comes the stops. Right here is the volume associated with the 5-minute bar. Yeah, I was just referring to the point and figure. Just looking at volume notes here. Like we got to get over this hump, but didn't look short term like they really wanted to buy above this area, and like so we have volume notes here, here, here. So another volume node here. So I don't know. We'll see. We're at point of control for today, so let's see what the last few minutes brings. Kind of a do or die here. 2 contracts left. There it goes. Can't catch me. And now you can see on the current trade bid ask volume here that this is going to be likely resistance at 0625. Oh. And out. A whole lot of nothing there. It didn't go, didn't trap, so whatever. Probably around this area we make a close or down. Looks like we don't have the juice for upside because we only have 5 minutes left. A better setup for this would have been as we come into this area, big position built 10 to 15 minutes before the close, and then we start to grind up, right, with maybe 10 minutes to go. Then you may have a 5-minute close that goes and takes out stops easily in here. But if someone doesn't build a big position here, typically it doesn't happen. So I'm a little late to the game and trying to position here with about 10 minutes left. But again, if you fight per position and you think you're wrong, you can get out, or usually around break even. So I don't know what the P&L was, but you know, I got out around break even, and I think I was wrong on the long. So chop here. Maybe we take out some lows in this area. They find liquidity, but it wouldn't be shocking for us to move down and then back up into the close. I'm highlighting it, Christopher. I don't know what it is. Damn it. Oh, doesn't tell me. Whatever. Cough? Maybe cough into the close? I don't know. Sail with me into the dark? Is that what's going to happen right now? To never land down the rabbit hole here into the close? I don't know. Stops below the low. Here we go. It's alright, I'll buy you at 91.25 for a scalp. Bring it to me. Oh, that was weak. There we go. Come on. Oh, more volume loading on the lows. Alright. Extend it more. Let's see. 92.50. Two minutes left. Here comes the volume. 12:58 and 42. A minute left. Oh, I love this time. Look at that Dom go crazy. You know, I hate Vegas, but maybe I am a gambler at heart because I love seeing this. Oh, a minute. Buying. Oh, shit. Look at him go. Goldman in the house. Oh, baby. Let's get on board. Nope. Can't get in. Goldman says, I want it all. Oh, go for it. Oh, shit. That made me too happy. Oh. Mike, you have no fucking clue what you're talking about when Goldman decides to buy. Your TA doesn't matter. Alright. Am I too late? Let's see. I just like seeing money spent like that. We will take it all. Are you kidding me? You gonna come the other way now? Oh, jeez. Look at this. We will hunt all your stops. It's alright. I'm gonna get you. Oh, look at this. Stops under these lows. I need to have more platforms open. Oh, shit. Alright, what's it look like on the daily? Oh, yeah. God, I'm so glad I didn't trade that with my real account. That's all I can say. Us peons just looking for scraps, huh? Look at they're giving everybody the opportunity to accumulate. Look at that. 233 lot taken. Oh man, it was awesome. 125. Look at that. 25, 25, 25, 20. You're done for. Gulp. Watch. Somebody wants in here. Foop. Oh, what a mess. $90,000 plus on the close. Look at those T+2 closes on the lows. Look at that. Not bullish, you say? What? It was volume on the lows. Anyway, I'm a broken record. I think the longer that people think that high volume closes on lows in a bull market is bearish, the more I'm going to have a much larger edge. Open to debate that if you want to debate it too. $125 lot wants in at 98.25. Let's see if they go hit asks. This is just post close positioning. This is one of my favorite times to look at the DOM. All right, well, not completely useless, plus 4 or 500 on this move after getting stopped. So not a useless. Realizing the stop's too close and getting right back on the horse. I'm working on SC with equities right now. I am here. Let me turn this music down. It's ridiculous. So I'm integrating interactive brokers with Sierra Chart right now. Um, but the problem is that the data feeds for interactive brokers are shit. They're just terrible. And I've known that a long time just using interactive brokers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subscribe to Sierra Charts equities data. It doesn't show level 2 yet. They're working on a level 2, I think, for NASDAQ. And that'll fill all the gaps. And that'll get me the good data I want, and then I can execute from Sierra Chart in interactive broker. So, I'll have a separate. Well, I already have 3 installations of Sierra Chart, right? One for futures, one for crypto, and one for essentially equities, interactive brokers. But you got to realize that Sierra Chart is terrible for. Well, I don't know. It depends who you ask, but Sierra Chart does not have a good options setup for equities. They just don't. So no option chain or anything like that. So it's not a good setup for that. So if you want to trade a bunch of options, then that's you just stick with your I don't know, whatever your platform is that shows you an option chain and everything you need to really look at to trade options correctly. So, but if you're going to be scalping or playing levels intraday, I mean, I like Sierra Chart for equities. It's just I haven't used it because I've been with AMP and have had an affiliate uh, account with Sierra Chart that basically was controlled by AMP. So I got rid of that today. So I did try it today some, and it worked very well, actually. No, I have no lag. That was good. Let's give it a shot here. 2.5 minutes left. Oh, we got to tighten up these stops too. Don't want to be an idiot. Oh, they want in though. You can see it. 125 lot. Let's see. Yeah, Daniel. I mean, it depends on your CPU and you know. Oh, that was it. Missed it. Depends on your CPU, obviously. I think I think I have 4 cores on my processor. I think, and that's what Sierra Chart recommends. I think as a minimum. But I have no issues. I do have. Sorry, move my mic away. I do have issues with Binance because their data is got like 6 decimal places. So if you do your volume profile and set it to 1 tick, right? Guess what Sierra Chart is trying to do? It's trying to calculate every fucking, you know, 10,000th of a penny in USD. It's ridiculous. So you could mess that up really fast. So what you end up having, what you have to do, what I found is have just a separate chart open, have the tick set correctly for that, and don't link it to anything because then you end up forgetting. uh, that, hey, this volume profile is set to too high of a tick for this exchange, right? So you have to be cognizant of the tick settings for volume profile or TPOs or whatever it is that you're using um, for crypto. So same thing with same thing with stock charts and TPOs, right? You want to find a happy medium and still have it be accurate. So yeah, but anyway, right? The on the data feeds, SC all data will get you all the crypto, and then the interactive brokers bracket trading will get you interactive brokers if you want to go that route. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. So they made them pay. They made them pay for that. Now they're taking profit here. I don't. If even if I'm on a sim like I don't like to go 30 seconds before the close because you can get kind of trapped. But I think my thesis was right. They're gonna make them pay and then take profit. That's what it looked like. Anyway, now we'll go ahead and we will clear the pooling and stacking data. Right. Now we see what it looks like from here. See, people are still pooling their bids. See that? Pooling liquidity. Pooling liquidity. Yeah, no problem, Daniel. And if you have something to input on that, something that I'm not talking about that jumps out to you, I would appreciate hearing from you as well. Because this is the first time for me integrating Sierra Chart and interactive brokers. So there could be something that I'm not thinking about right now or whatever. But I did today test bracket orders and all of that. It's all server held, and I tested it both ways, entering from interactive brokers and modifying in Sierra Chart, and then entering from Sierra Chart and modifying in interactive brokers and testing, how quickly they were visible on the chart. It's all looks instant to my eye, so it worked well. And it showed the trade positions and the open orders instantaneously upon fills. So it's not like you had an issue with that either. It showed the account balances and all of that um, in real time as well. So that was it was working as it should. Anyway, time to go to the park. Have a good one, folks.